Hello, everyone. My name is Toni Moore of the Moore Legal Firm. Today, I just want to go over briefly the difference between a sole proprietorship, an LLC, and a corporation. I get a lot of people ask me those questions with regards to what's the difference. And I just want you to know that when you're in business, you're in business. The difference is really with regards to how you're going to be taxed. So when you're in business and you are doing hair, or you're doing lawn care, or you're babysitting, or you're doing tax planning, or you're side hustling, you're in business. Now, the question is, are you going to do business by yourself? As you know, my name is Toni Moore. So am I just going to be Toni Moore, the lawyer, and I just do business by myself? Hey, that's my prerogative. But as a lawyer, I know that in this litigious society, people are always going to try to come for you, right? They're going to complain if you're an author, speaker, or coach that you didn't help them to walk on water, or if you say that you help people meditate and they're still confused, they may want to blame you for something. They may want to file a lawsuit against you because of the fact that they failed to pay their payment, but now they want to say that, you know what, you were a liar, or you failed to give them everything, every single thing that you promised in your sales page. So they want to come after you for, I don't know, with regards to questionable character, or they say that you misrepresented, and now they're in trauma, and now they have these feelings, right? Well, here's the thing. When you are a sole proprietor, the person who is filing against you, not only are they going to come after your business interests and your business assets, but then they can come after your personal assets, your house, your car, your bag, your shoe collection, if you're into boutique wear, your clothing collection, because of the fact that you were in business. And if there's a litigation, then they want whatever the penalty, whatever the remedy is, they want that, and then they would actually go after all of your assets and all of your interests, just so that they can get reimbursed for whatever remedy, whatever judgment. Whereas when you're in have a limited liability company, and there's a problem, there's a slip and fall at your boutique, someone goes to your fashion show and you serve them Grey Poupon and forgot to tell them that you added nuts. When they come after you with regards to litigation, or because of there's a miscommunication, then they can't come after everything. See, once you formalize your business, then you also set a boundary with regards to how far in your assets people can come after. So when it's a limited liability, that's there for a reason. It limits a person's liability to come after you, the liability with regards to your responsibility if there's a miscommunication and that happens to be litigation, or if someone has a coaching program and they thought that you were going to help them make six figures in 6 minutes, with regards to it, and or they feel as though you damaged them, you defamed them, you slandered them in the book, in your book. But if you formalize your business, then they're only entitled to what is, if they would, of course, only what is within your assets in the bank account of your business. So, and then for a corporation, and I talk to people all the time, when you're a corporation, you have to be more formal. You can't just be starting a business because you're awesome and amazing hairdresser, or a painter, or a singer, a musician, or an author, or speaker, or coach. Now, when you're in business, you also defer to the board of directors. The board of directors will tell you, yes, you can engage in business. Yes, you can come after this government contract. Yes, here is enough funding for the year with regards to a program, or yes, you can do this joint venture, or yes, it would be feasible to purchase more property. There's a lot of people who start businesses and they don't necessarily want to ask their president, or their vice president, or their treasurer, or their secretary for permission. No, oftentimes they want to make a decision for themselves. So when you're one of those people who want to make a decision for yourself, then more than likely you should stay in the less formal limited liability lane. When you don't mind moving up the ladder because you know that now you want other people's equity. Now you want to have shares of stock that's worth something. Now you want to be able to have maybe with regards to convertible loans. Now you want to be able to have officers and directors. Now you needed a CEO and maybe a corporate compliance officer, and even a corporate legal team, because you know that it's more than you in this business. See, most of us all start with a hope, dream, and a prayer. But then when we take it to the next level, from hustlepreneur to kitchen tablepreneur to the CEO of our LLC, then we have to ask ourselves, do we need to expand the brand? Do we need to make it corporate? And a lot of people want other people's equity. And I'm going to tell you right now, the venture capitalists and the angel investors, they want it to be in more of a corporate structure because they know it's going to be more formal. They know that they should be seeing minutes of trustee minutes of meetings. They know that there should be a determination and a resolution of what the board decided to do, how they decided to move on. So they'll always ask about the minutes. They'll always ask about the formalities of the business and with regards to the finances and the balance sheets and with regards to the owner's equity, what's the retained, what are people's salaries, is there any draws, or is there any retained income? That's more on this corporate structure. So when you ask yourself, do I want to be how formal do I want to be in business? Do I want to bring other people into my business? Am I looking for their equity in my business? And can I do it alone, or do I need a team? Do I want people to have full equity? Do I want people to have sweat equity? Am I doing an app or production? Am I bringing other people on and I can't pay them? So maybe they can be my sweat equity partners. Or do I have founders? See, that's all the questions that a lot of people ask an attorney, because what I know for sure is that starting a business is a business entity. Now, most people ask, do I need an attorney or can I do it on my own? You really can do it on your own, especially if you're not, if you're very familiar with legalese and you've done it before, and you don't have a lot of questions. I tell people when you have questions, then you need, anytime you need someone to walk you through or talk you through, then you're going to have to retain someone. I know a lot of people think, why do I have to pay for somebody? Can it be free? No, it cannot be free. See, because the energy that you start in your business, that's the energy that's going to be throughout your business. So if you're about scarcity mindset, if you're trying to nickel and dime people and you're looking for free, what's going to be attracted to your company? Scarcity mindset people who are going to try to nickel and dime you, and you may find yourself on the other side of the law because sometimes people can be about troubling. So if you decide, whether you decide with regards to a sole proprietor, meaning that you're operating in your business with your name, or a fictitious name doing business as a sole proprietor where you file a fictitious form, please understand. You need to, if you're going to use another name other than what's on your government birth certificate, you definitely need to file a fictitious form, okay? And the fictitious form would say what your the brand name is, right? And then and get an EIN number and you get a bank account and you run your business like a boss. Okay, you build it, you own it, you showcase it, and you secure it. Similarly, with regards to an LLC, you can do the same thing. There's a benefit. I don't know if I want to go too overboard with regards to it, but I love the LLC because it's very fluid. You can decide as an LLC if you're going to be taxed as an S corporation or a C corporation. You can also decide whether or not you can have other people to invest, make contributions, become partners, have a subscription agreement. But that's what I tell people, that's where you have to have a conversation. That's not a control alt delete on your success type of thing. That's a seek, know, and ask, and find yourself asking yourself, is this the best thing for me? Can I work it with an accountant? Yes, you can. If it's all about just creating a business, absolutely. But when you're starting to formalize it and you're starting to legalize it and then you're starting to level up, I tell people all the time, anytime you level up, you need to lawyer up, because there's a conversation to be had, there's a contract to be created, and there's something that needs to be done to make sure that your interests are protected, your assets are protected, and you're in full compliance with the law. I know it's a lot, but right now I want you to just ask yourself, can I be a sole proprietorship? That means, am I going to be a hustlepreneur, or am I going to work for a multi-level marketing and they're already using my information and they just give me a representative number? Or do I want to take it up another level? Do I want to operate my business in a business name or a branded name? Ideally, if it's a branded name, you make sure that that brand is not conflicting or violating anyone else's trademark. The best way to do that It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's a lot better than you just going out there and just doing it yourself. And that is to go to uspto.gov, uspto.gov, and just check the name of the trademark electronic search system, just to see if that name is available. Because God forbid, if you create a brand and you get known for that brand, only to have to give it up because you're violating someone else's trademark. And let me just say, just because it comes up a lot, because they spelled it differently does not mean that you're not in violation. Because it looks differently doesn't mean that you're not in violation. See, I tell people all the time, a trademark serves more like a tattoo on a product or service, meaning that even if it's spelled differently, if it sounds the same, if people will think that it's theirs, but for someone like you to take a derivative from it so that you can make dollars, it's probably going to be a violation. And so when you are creating your brand name, I just want you to understand that there are levels to this thing, and at least make sure that you're not using someone else's brand. Okay? Even with an LLC, just remember that you will have to pay taxes, self-employment taxes, of course, and remember that you will have to make decisions as a business. I tell people to run your business like a boss, and it will treat you like a queen. Something I just came up with, but pretty much is like, you know, the numbers, you're running the numbers. If you're hiring and firing people at your desire, you're not playing around with the misidentification of individuals. If they're going to be an independent, let them be an independent contractor. If they're going to be an intern, let them be an intern. If they're going to be an employee, let them be an employee. Do what you have to do to make sure that no one can say that your business is your alter ego. No, I want your business to be your business. I want your business to ideally have its own virtual office if it doesn't already have its own commercial address. I want your business, because it's supposed to have its bank account, its own bank account. Ideally, your business will also have its own email, and you sign it off as the CEO of your business. Your business will ideally pay you something, on a regular basis. Even if it's an ACH wiring, at least you're treating your business like a business as opposed to your own virtual pocketbook, right? So when you're treating your business like a business, then at least you understand that you get the benefit of the limitation of any liability. But you have to respect the rules for you to be covered by the rules. And then if you're also deciding, oh, I want to do something more. Maybe I don't want the formalities, but I want the blessings of a corporate status. Then you could talk to an accountant or attorney. You talk about how you want to take it to the next level and be taxed as an S corp or taxed as a C corp. And the accountants usually run those numbers to see what works best for you based on your offerings. I tell people, rule of thumb: when you start making more than 50,000, you should really start thinking about talking to your accountant to see how you can switch over your process, and that you now be taxed as a C corp or an S corp, so you can get the benefits. I personally prefer the C corp status, but you have to be comfortable with the decision you make, because once you make the election, you're stuck with it for 5 years. You're stuck with it for 5 years. So I just wanted to bring out just the key differentials with regards to when you're starting your business, whether you want to start as a sole proprietor, an limited liability company, or a corporation. I hope this was good information for you. We will present more videos, so stay tuned. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.